welcome back to Clearview Driving. Today I'm doing, annoying. Sorry, I'm starting now. Hiya guys, and welcome back to Clearview Driving. Today I'm doing another mock test, and this is for Mia. Now Mia's got her driving test tomorrow morning, so today is a mock test before the test. Now we have done a mock test before. That was yesterday or the day before, a few days ago. Yeah. She mostly drove pretty well, but there was one serious fault in that one. So today we're going for a nice pass, hopefully, and if there are any concerns, we're going to address them afterwards. So yeah. Throughout the drive, follow the road ahead. Whenever I need you to turn, I'll tell you in plenty of time. If I don't say anything, keep going straight. If you're not sure where you're going, you can ask, but I am going to get you to follow the sat-nav from here. So that's 20 minutes of independent driving, and then I'll give you a series of directions to follow afterwards. Okay. Now I'm going to get you to carry out one manoeuvre and may also get you to carry out the emergency stop. Okay, now before we get started, could you tell me, where do you find the information for the recommended tyre pressure and how do you check this?
So you can look in the driver's handbook.
Okay.
Sorry, what's...
And how do you check the pressure?
How do you check the pressure? You go to, sometimes it can be put on the side of your door, and then you can go to a machine and check it.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, so when you're ready, we're going to get started. Okay, so when you're ready, let's start and drive down to the end of this road and the sat-nav should start. On approach to this left turn, after the large white van, Mia should have positioned back into the far left corner to make it clear she's turning left. As she's not there for very long, this isn't necessarily a fault, but there is enough space for a vehicle to pass on the left-hand side.
Take the first exit. Cross the roundabout and take the first exit.
On approach to this mini roundabout, Mia looks on approach, making sure it's clear before she enters. The road ahead has parked vehicles on both sides. There's still enough space for two vehicles to pass at the same time, but it's not ideal. So when passing along roads like this, always try and keep an ideal clearance of 1 meter from the left-hand side. When passing alongside an oncoming vehicle, you have to go slower, as there isn't enough space to leave 1 meter from the left-hand side, as well as leaving space along the middle of the road. When passing along roads like this, where there are parked vehicles and islands in the middle of the road, be sure to keep regular checks in your mirrors, as motorbikes and cyclists may turn up easily.
After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Mia is scanning the road ahead early to make sure there are no oncoming vehicles, as the road is not wide enough for two cars to pass at the same time, and you may need to give way early.
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Just behind the parked car, but leave yourself enough space to move away. Okay, thank you. Drive off whenever you're ready. speed along this road is 20 miles per hour. It's safe to drive up to 20 miles per hour even with the parked vehicles on both sides. But with the oncoming vehicles, it's best to always slow down as you pass as the road gets tighter. On approach to this left turn at the mini roundabout, Mia slows down but then uses her clutch unnecessarily. This would be a coasting fault. This wouldn't necessarily be counted as a minor fault in the driving test as she did control the speed, but it's not a good habit for a new driver. Drive off whenever you're ready. I could stop laughing over how you went over that bump.
Sorry, whoops. Not good.
The main checks before moving off into the road should be towards the road, so the top mirror, the right mirror and the right blind spot are essential. It's always a good idea to look from your left blind spot all the way around to your right blind spot, but as long as you checked over in towards the road, this would be considered moving off safely. To follow the road ahead on this roundabout, there are two lanes as you approach. You need to be in the left-hand lane. As you enter the roundabout, you need to follow the left-hand lane and go round the roundabout.
After 200 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Mia straight lines this roundabout a little bit. She doesn't position well in her lane. As the vehicle behind her does the exact same thing, this wouldn't be a serious fault, but it would still be counted as a minor
Cross
fault.
the roundabout and take the second exit.
The speed on this new road is 30 miles per hour. Mia takes a little bit of time but does soon get to the speed of the road. This wouldn't be enough of a fault to even be counted as a minor as she does speed up. As there are lots of parked vehicles, it's not necessarily safe to drive up to 30 miles per hour, so always drive to a speed that's safe according to the road that you're on.
At the end of the road, turn right, A310. Turn right.
approach to the road ahead, the speed changes down to 20 miles per hour. Mia realises a little bit later and slows down. Again, this wouldn't be a minor fault as she did slow down soon after.
Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
On this roundabout, Mia does make a serious fault with use of mirrors change direction. She starts using her mirrors and moving to the left, but a little bit too late. The black van behind her was approaching to pass on the left and approaching at speed, so it was no longer safe to move into the left-hand lane to take the exit. Mia left it too late to move into the left-hand lane. She should have started using her mirrors and moving towards the left as she sees the second exit ahead of her. By the point she moved over, she should have just exited from the right-hand lane. If it's not safe to exit, you can simply go back round.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
To follow the road ahead on this roundabout, you need to be in the middle lane, which branches from the left-hand lane. As you enter the roundabout, you need to follow the roundabout round, staying in the left-hand lane as you go round. Mia follows the lane really well, but it's advisory to check mirrors towards the left in case somebody from the left-hand lane is now trying to go ahead. So I'd like you to demonstrate how you'd wash the front windscreen. When demonstrating how to wash the front windscreen, it's really important to actually get the water to spray as well as the wipers to go off. Mia doesn't do this correctly, so I asked her to do it again. Could you show me again? Thank you. While operating the controls of the vehicle at high speeds, it's really important to maintain a steady position on the steering wheel as well as maintaining the speed of the road. Your speed shouldn't change drastically whilst operating the controls of the vehicle.
After 400 yards, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, B358, towards Whitton.
To change lanes along the dual carriageway, Mia didn't indicate right as there was nobody behind us, so it was safe to move over just with mirrors alone. To go right third exit, Mia goes over the hatch markings to go into the new lane for turning right. As she goes round the roundabout, she uses her mirrors towards the left to branch into the left-hand lane as she's passing the second exit, in position to take the third exit. That'll be the end of your independent driving. If you can just... We'll go ahead actually. Yeah, sorry, I thought this road was closed, but they've opened it up now. Pull in and park up on the left. Thank you. Mia, that's the end of your independent driving from here, so I'm going to give you directions as normal from now on. So I'm just going to turn off the sat nav. Okay, drive off whenever you're ready. The road ahead has parked vehicles on the left-hand side. There is enough space for 2 cars to pass alongside the parked vehicles. The vehicle approaching ahead was positioned in the centre of the lane, so Mia decided to wait. When moving off from this position, it's always a good idea to check mirrors towards the right as you move off, but also to be cautious of your distance from the parked vehicle on the left-hand side. Mia leaves a good clearance from the left and uses her mirrors. Take the second road on your right, they're quite close together. When 2 roads are really close together, always wait for the first road to pass before you indicate, as it can be very misleading.
This one?
Yeah. When we get to the end, turn right. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now, Mia, is to forward park into any space, your choice. Just make sure you finish within the white lines. Before parking, Mia did look all around, making sure it was safe, but by the time she started to park there was a long delay, so she should have looked around again. Mia does park in the space really well, but the back of her car is overhanging into the road. She wasn't sure of her distance from the tree and the island in front, so it stops really early. If you're unsure, you can secure the car and have a look at the back by opening the door to make sure the back tyre is in. Are you happy to leave it there? Yeah. Okay, secure the car. Thank you. Just switch off the engine for a second. Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, thank you. Start the engine and we'll reverse that up here. forward or reverse bay parking, always make sure you've got the driver's seat of the vehicles next to you alongside you. If you need to, you can always readjust. The examiners would usually ask you if you're happy to leave the vehicle there. They would only check to make sure the tyres are in the space if they're unsure or they suspect the car is over the white line. Turn left. Always keep to a slow speed when you're in a car park, as there may be pedestrians or small children that could easily be hidden. Always watch out for vehicles that may move off or open the door as you're driving past. At the end, turn right. The view of the new road is restricted by parked vehicles. Mia leans forward, making sure that there's nobody approaching behind the parked cars, using slow clutch control to move forward. At the roundabout, turn left. Mia deals with the oncoming vehicle really early so that she doesn't have to slow down or stop. Once she's in the new road, she positions her vehicle in the middle of the road so that there's enough clearance from the left and right hand side of the road, as the road is not wide enough for two cars to pass easily. With parked cars throughout the road, it's essential to keep your position in the middle of the road, as this tells any oncoming vehicles that the road is not wide enough for two to pass. As soon as you see an oncoming vehicle, you would either need to move over to the left to give way, or they would need to move over to the right to give way to you. At the end, turn left. putting the clutch down at low speeds into turns isn't a good thing to be doing, but it's not necessarily a fault as the car is at slow speeds. But it's not a good habit to put the clutch down at high speeds as you may lose control of the vehicle. If you can pull in and park up on the left just ahead of the van, don't worry about the driveways on this occasion. That'll be alright there, thank you. Okay Mia, so shortly I'm going to get you to carry out the emergency stop. Okay, so we're going to drive normally along this road. I'm going to make sure it's safe. You're going to see me looking around and I'm going to give you this signal, stop. When you get that signal, I'd like you to stop the car as quickly and as safely as you can. But
Okay.
wait for my signal before you carry out the stop. Okay? So whenever you're ready, drive off. Drive normally along this road, please, yeah? Stop! Okay. I'm going to get you to carry out that emergency stop again. Okay, just need a bit more of a quicker stop as if a child had just come running out in front of you. Okay, drive off whenever you're ready. With the emergency stop, it's really important that when the examiner gives you a signal to stop the car, you stop the car as quickly and as safely as possible, so you need to brake firm and stop quickly. If the emergency stop is a little too slow, the examiner would usually say, I'm going to get you to do that again, which means you need to stop quicker the next time. Stop! Thank you. I won't be asking you to do that again. Drive off whenever you're ready. After the emergency stop, it is really important to look all around, checking from your left all the way over to your right blind spot before moving off. Turn left. Turn right. You can just pull up on the right hand side of the road, just in that space, go right up to the end of it there. That'll be great there, thank you. Okay, and secure the car. Thank you. Okay, that's the end of your test. How do you feel like you did?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay. It was a really good drive, but unfortunately, there were 2 serious faults.
Were there?
Yeah. And that's not even me being picky on those 2 either. Okay. So the first one was on one of the roundabouts earlier on when we were doing that right turn.
I thought I did something, but I didn't know what it was.
Where do you think you did the mistake?
I just saw you write down something. Did I go into the wrong lane?
No, what it was is it was one of the roundabouts where you did a right turn.
Yeah.
So we've approached the roundabout, right-hand lane. You're going round the roundabout fairly sluggish, fairly slow, 11 miles per hour. It's a big road. We're crossing onto a dual carriageway. As you've gone round, you've stayed in the right-hand lane and the second exit island, you're kind of next to it. You've checked the mirror and there was a black van behind us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He came in from the left, but you've passed in front of him initially because he's not in the roundabout yet, which is fine. But then as you've crossed over into the left lane, he was actually flooring it down to get into that left lane and pass you. You've signalled, you've moved over, he's flashed his headlights behind us and then switched into the right-hand lane.
Okay.
So he was driving a bit quick, but you should have seen him.
So I shouldn't have gone.
You shouldn't have moved into that lane. You should have exit on the right, on the same exit,
Yeah.
but on the right-hand lane.
Oh, okay.
So you don't always need to come off on the left.
Okay.
Okay, so that was our first serious fault.
Okay. I did. Yeah, I do remember that one.
Yeah, so the second fault was just now, actually.
Oh.
The emergency stop.
Oh, was it not good enough?
No, but what are you supposed to do after you have stopped in the middle of the road before you move off?
Look around.
Did you look around?
Okay.
You had 2 attempts at that as well. So on the first one I thought, okay, fine. Let me just see how she does on the second.
Yeah.
Again, on the second you just went mirror, move off, and I thought, shoot, why?
Okay. Yeah.
Why? Yeah.
Well, but was the emergency stop good enough?
The emergency stop, the first one was a little sluggish, but the second one was a lot better.
Okay.
But you know it's an emergency. You've got to get a quick stop on that.
Yeah.
And you did the second time round. The
Yeah.
first one was a little bit slow.
Okay.
It was satisfactory. I just thought, let me just get you to do it again. But what really got it was not looking around.
Yeah, because I'm stationary at my.
Yeah. Besides that, there's a few bits where you were coasting a little bit, which made you speed up on some of the turns. It's not necessarily a fault that I've got down for coasting or the clutch.
I did notice it though.
Yeah, but you
why
kind
have
of-
I put the clutch down?
You were putting the clutch down when you didn't need to. Besides that, I've got signal necessary. This was for your parking exercise. You're in the middle of the road, you've looked around, and then you've taken your time to get started.
In the parking.
In the parking
lot.
on the right, yeah.
Okay.
If someone had turned up behind you, do they realise what you're about to do?
No, because I was
You-
just in the middle of it.
You're in the middle of the road, you need to signal your intention there, especially if it's a busier car park. They'd have no idea.
Okay.
And plus, from the point you've looked around to the point you've actually started, there's a long gap.
Yeah.
Just check again, even if you just check your mirrors there as well.
Okay.
Okay? The reason I had to get you to stop the car, switch it off, and to go out and check, do you know why that was?
Because I thought the back was sticking out.
Then why didn't you drive forward
Because
more?
I was scared of the I wouldn't have chosen that space, but I didn't really know where to go. And last time you said I was too close to the poles, I was like, okay, I'm not going to go too close. But then I thought the back was
with
sticking
the
out,
island,
so-
yeah, your back was nearly out. That's why I wanted to go out and check. I was like, oh, I hope it's not on the line.
Yeah.
But it was just past the line.
Okay. What's it?
If
is
you'd
there
gone
a trick
forward-
to know
Yeah, because look,
that you're in.
well, with the island, the little diamond sort of shape sticking out, if anything, it would be your tyre that would touch, wouldn't it?
And that's
not your
not the end of
bumper.
the world, is it?
Yeah. So what I would have done is I would go in, go forward a bit more, get the line underneath your mirror as you would normal, but by then the tyre would nearly sort of nudge. So as long as you're going slowly and you know it's going to just touch a little bit, that's not even a fault.
Okay, so yeah, I had to do that.
Yeah.
I did think, oh.
And plus,
so
remember,
if it
you've got the
was-
sensor on the front there. It would have picked up had you been close to it. It wasn't even on.
Yeah.
It wasn't even picking it up.
Yeah, it's because I remembered last time I thought, I shouldn't get too close.
Yeah.
If I'm not at the back, in at the
with
back.
that one, if you're not sure, what I would have done is I would have secured the car before, you know, when I said to you, are you happy to leave it there?
Yeah.
Just go, actually, yeah, give me a second. Just check your mirror, lean across and see if the back's in, or just, you know, take your seatbelt off, go out and just have a little look if you want to.
Oh, I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah, what would you do if you were parking
Oh, okay.
normally?
Because I did want to, but I thought I didn't know if I'm allowed, so I stayed in the car. Okay, cool.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll
that.
be sure to do that.
And the other one was lane discipline. Now, this was your first fault that came in. This was that roundabout where we were going straight, second exit by Tesco's. The lanes are quite narrow. You need to sort of go in, round, and then out. You kind of
I
went
didn't
in
really-
and straight.
Yeah, because I remember you telling me to be careful, but I didn't know which roundabout it was, because I knew which one the hatched line was.
Any
Yeah.
roundabout for that matter. You know you're going straight. You should have been in your lane. So at the very beginning there were 2 lanes. That means in the roundabout there'll be at least 2 lanes.
Okay.
you've straight lined nearly, not too far, but a little bit, yeah. But the guy behind, he was taking the exact same exit as you, and he's done the exact same thing as you. So I can't really fault you on anything else besides lane discipline.
Yeah.
If he was on the right, however, and now he's obstructed from going around past you because you're straight lining, that's now a bigger concern.
Yeah.
Because then you're in his space. But he was in the same lane.
Was that the black van?
The black car, not the black van.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go work on some of these roundabouts and this coasting issue a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, but not a bad, I know it's not a great result with the 2 serious faults there, but overall there's not a lot there, which is great. And you were being really, you were doing really well with your approach to roundabouts and your crossings. You were looking on all of them, even the junctions, you're looking carefully back and forth, so it was all really good. So even if the roads were busier, I'm pretty happy that you would have been all right there.
Okay, perfect. What was the second fault? The second serious one?
Okay,
the emergency stop.
Yeah, one was the emergency stop and one was the roundabout.
So if I wasn't allowed to turn from what position I was in, and this guy was blocking me.
What it is you're in the right-hand lane.
Yeah.
You're trying to exit a roundabout.
Yeah.
He's approached from the back in the distance, and he's in the left lane, but he's putting his foot down a bit.
Okay. So
As
he
you're
wants to
switching
go quickly, and I just went in front of him.
Yes, as you're trying to switch from right to left, you've checked, but you're not sort of noticing his speed. You've moved over. Now, it wasn't that dangerous where I had to grab the wheel. If he'd been any closer, I would have pushed you onto the right lane.
Yeah.
He was a bit far, but he was frustrated by you doing that. You should have seen him.
Yeah.
Make it.
And I did, but I didn't think he was close.
Yeah.
So. But then in that case, it's just better if I see someone there to go in from the right lane.
Yeah, exit on the right. There's no harm
Because I
in that.
can do that
Exactly.
in any roundabout.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're already in the right-hand lane in a roundabout and 2 lanes exit, you can simply stay on the right and exit, and then switch back to the left on the carriageway.
I just need to make sure that they both exit.
If they exit, yeah.
No, but that will just be on the road.
If the right lane didn't exit and there was only 1 lane leaving, just go back round.
Yeah. Okay.
What you don't want to do is move in front of someone and slow them down.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's the end of our mock test today. I hope you guys found that video useful and learned a little bit about what to do when you're exiting a roundabout and the importance of looking around after an emergency stop. Thank you for watching.